Hello and welcome to this video review section. And in this video, I'm going to be walking you through the Candy software members area. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you everything you need to know about the Candy software, how to navigate the software, and how to use all of its features. All right, so by the time we are done in this video, we are going to be well cognitive of how to use this software and all the features that it has to provide you and your business. All right, so let's get started. So right here, as you can see, we are in the dashboard. This is the first thing you see when you log into the members area. On the dashboard, you can see we have the students section, we have the online courses, we have the active sections, and we have the classes. All right, so this is like a boxes that show you these brief details and the number of students you have enrolled, the number of online courses you have installed. Sorry, I'm going to go back to the dashboard. The number of online courses you have started, all right, and the number of sections you have ongoing and the number of classes you have started. All right, so right under this section you can see we have the sales graph that shows you exactly how well you're doing with your sales. Okay, we have the discussion tab right here that shows you the ongoing discussion, the students discussion, that you can review and know exactly what they're talking about. Okay, right here we have the latest users. This is where you see the latest enrolled users. Okay, and this is where you see the invoices. That means the payment receipts that your students have paid. You get to see all that here, and you get to see the recent courses on this section. All right, so that is basically what we can see on the main area of the dashboard. All right, so right here we can see we have the a toggle menu that when you click on it, you can access your profile, you can change your email, you can change your password, or you can choose to log out. Okay, so right on the left hand side, we have a sidebar that contains a list of menus. Okay, that's a good number of menus. Right here, the first one you can see we have the visit website. When you click on this particular options, it takes on this particular option, which is the first one, the visit website. It takes you to the front end of your website where you can see exactly how it looks on the front end. I'm going to open it on a new tab. Okay, so it shows you exactly how the front end of your website looks, and how you can by looking at it, you can choose to make some changes. I'm going to show you how to do that while we go ahead in this video. All right, so it's loading up. Let's see the front view of my website. Let's give it some time to load up, please. Okay, while that's coming up, let's go ahead. Right under the visit website option, we have the dashboard, which is basically the page you can see right now. That is the dashboard. Okay, so we have the training videos under the dashboard, the training videos. When you click on this option, you get to see a list of videos we have provided for you that can show you exactly how to use a particular feature or another. All right, so you can find all that on the training video section. Right under the training videos, we have the page design. All right, so we have provided you with a whole lot of templates and a premium page design software that you can access by clicking on the page design option right here. So I'm going to have to open this on a new tab so I can show you what it looks like. Okay, it's very easy to use. We have a huge list of templates that you can choose from and go over the hassle of trying to create a new template from scratch. You just choose a template and then you can make some tweaks to it, and then you can start using it for yourself or for your clients. Okay, so this is the front end of my website. Like I told you, this is the front end of my website. I'm going to try to remove this particular toggle. Okay, so this is the front end of my website. You can see right here we have the top bar, we have the second bar that contains the menus. All right, so if you scroll down, you see that it is a premium designed website. No much detail, just a few information that I can change if I choose to. Okay, we also have a slide here. Okay, there's just, you can see the pictures there, the slide in turns. All right, so this is the page builder I told you about. This option right here, the web design, the page design option. I'm going to close this one. This is the page design option. It's still loading up. While it's loading up, I'm going to open the web design option, which is right under the page design option, and let's see what that has as well. So the web design option will require you to create an account. So when you create an account, you can now have access to design a full web page. All right, so you can access that by clicking on the web design option. These are premium softwares that were made available for you, and you can access them here. You can use these softwares to create web pages or websites for your clients or for your business, and use it for whatever you want to. All right, so while these pages are loading up, I'm going to let's just go ahead. I'm having slight network issues, but let's go ahead. All right, so right under the web design option, we have the courses and sessions. All right, so courses and sessions are two different things that I need you to understand. Okay, when we talk about the courses, we are talking about a particular course. For instance, you can have a course on affiliate marketing. You can have a course on SEO. All right, so these are different courses. But section is like a private class, a private set of students that you are taking on a let's say a premium course. All right, so you can create a session and add a list of classes to that session. All right, that session is on its own. Okay, you can enroll students to start learning on that session. All right, so this is the difference between a course and a session. A course is just something that can be general. Okay, when you enroll as a student, you have a list of courses you need to go to, but you can enroll special students or special clients for a particular session. All right, so within a period of time, when you're done with the particular session, it expires and that session closes. All right, so these are the two. This is what a course and a session means. I need you to understand these two different things. All right. So when you click on the courses and sessions option, we have a drop down menu that shows the add new option, the all courses and sessions option. We have the manage categories, and we have the invoices. Okay, when you click on the add new session, you have a drop down bar as well that shows you the online course, the training session with online classes. All right, so when you click on any of these options, when you click on the online course, you can get to add a new online course. When you click on the training session, you can add a new training session. When you click on the training session with online classes, you can add a new class to a new session. All right, so let me click on the online course. Let me open that on a new tab and let's see how that looks. Okay, so you can see we have the all courses here. Right under the add new option, you have the all courses and sessions. When you click this, you will see a list of all the courses that you have created and all the sessions that you have created. Okay, this is where you find a list of all that. Right under that option, we have manage categories. You can click on this place to manage different categories on your platform. All right, we have the invoices. When someone pays and enrolls into a class or into a course or a session, this is where you can find their payment invoice. You can also add a payment invoice by yourself if you want to. Okay, just to indicate that this particular student has paid, you can effect that invoice by yourself by clicking on this option right here. Okay, so let's see if this has opened up. Okay, this is where you can create your online course, and to access this page I had to click on the add new option right here. When you click on it, when you click on this online course here, it brings you to this particular page, okay, where you can now create a new online course. Okay, you enter your course name here, you enter a short description about the course, and you can enter something, maybe a course description, something more detailed than the short description you gave above. And you can also add an introduction to the course, and then add an image, more like a let's say a something that just shows up on the website, maybe a front page of the course, or just a picture to just show exactly what the course has to do about. And then you can click on next, and it takes you to the next option, where you can now add the payment, whether payment is required or not. You can add the course duration, which is right here. You can add the course price here. Okay, you can add the time duration you expect the student to take per week. You can give 6 hours per week, you can give 12 hours per week, you can give 24 hours per month, whichever way you want to do it. You can just add that here, just to pre-inform the students of what to expect and the amount of effort he or she is expected to put into this course. All right, so you can choose to uh, enable the status of this course or disable it. Okay, You can choose to enable discussion on this course. You can choose to enable live chat, and you can choose to tweak any of these details we have here. And when you're done with that, you click on the next option, and then it brings you to the third step. You can add the course duration, when you expect the course to start, when you expect the course to end, and then you can add when the enrollment into this particular course will close. And when you're done, you click on the next option, and then here you have to select the instructor of this course. Okay, we have a good number of instructors that are already installed here. You can choose any of your instructors, and you can click on finish, and the course goes live. All right, so that is it about the how to add an online course. Okay, so when you let's okay, right here you can see the page builder. It has loaded up. This is the page builder I told you about. You can see, you can access it by clicking on this button right here on your dashboard. The page design option brings you to this particular page. Okay, so you can choose any of the given templates. Like I told you, we created a good number of templates that you can choose from. Okay, so you can choose to download the templates, or you can choose to create a new template from scratch. Okay, so you can choose any of these ones, and then you can tweak the design. When you click on any of them, it takes you to an editor page where you can change the text, change the images, whatsoever. All right, so that is it about the page builders. This is a premium first, a premium top-notch page builder that we have provided for you here. All right, so you can use that as you wish. Okay, the web design page is still loading up. Let's go ahead while we wait for it to load up. Okay, so right under the courses and sessions option, we have the students tab. All right, so when you click on the students option or the students tab, you can see we have the add students option, we have the all students option, we have the active students option, we have the bulk enroll, we have the import and export, we have the message students, and we have the verify code. All right, so let me explain this. The first option there, which is the add students, allows you to add a new student. Okay, let's say a student transfers money to you. A student wants to enroll for a particular course, and he or she pays to you. You can enroll that student here using his or her email account, using his or her email address, and the student can access. Immediately you enroll the student, actually the student receives an email right into his or her inbox, and then the students can enroll and start learning that particular course immediately. Okay, you can see all your students by clicking on the all, sorry, by clicking on the all students option. You can see the active students you have by clicking on the active students option. You can bulk enroll students. Let's say you have a list of students, a list of students that you want to enroll. You have their email addresses on on an Excel sheet. You can choose to click on this option and enroll all those students on that Excel sheet. Okay, this makes it easier for you than enrolling the students one after the other. But if you wish to enroll the students one after the other, you can do that through the add students option. All right, so you can choose to import your email list, like a list of all your students. You can choose to import that through this particular option, or you can choose to export the list of students you have enrolled. Okay, you can choose to message all your students. When you click on this option, it takes you to a page where you can choose to message all your students using an email message or an SMS message. Okay, when you click on the message students option, it brings you to this particular page where you can edit the sender's name. You can choose to add any name that you want to, as long as your students are familiar with the name. You can enter the name right here. You can enter the sender email address. You can give your message a subject, and then you can enter the message right here, and then click on send now for you to send the message to all your students. If you do not want to send the message using the email option, you can send it using the SMS option by clicking on the SMS option right here. Okay, so when you click on the SMS option right here, it's you can see we have not enabled any of our SMS options, and that's why you do not see any options right here. But I'm going to show you how you can activate this later on in this video, or you can as well click on this option right here where it says here to configure any of the SMS platforms we've provided for you on this on Candy. All right, so right under the okay All right, so right under the students option, you can see we have the classes option. Okay, when you click on the classes option, you can choose to add a new class, you can choose to see all your classes, and you can choose to manage your class groups. Okay, like I said, a class is a more like you can enroll students to take part in a particular class. Okay, so when you enroll a set of students to take part in a particular class, you can view that class group by clicking on the manage class groups right here. Okay, so right here you can click on the add class option to add a new class onto a particular session or also a particular course. You can click on this section where it says all classes to view all the existing classes you have on this platform. And when you view it, you can choose to delete whichever one you want to delete, or you can choose to make any changes at all you want to your classes. All right, so right under the classes section we have the video library. Okay, this is the place where you get to provide videos for your students. Okay, you can choose to add a new video, you can choose to view all your existing videos, or you can choose to view your disk space usage. Okay, we've provided a particular disk space size for you. You can choose to see how well you're using that disk space, or you can choose to see how much you've used it already. All right, so all the videos you provide here, you can assign a particular set of students to download a particular video. Okay, let's say you want to use a particular video to teach, or you want to send it to your students, you can add the video onto your platform by clicking on the add video option, and then you can give a particular class of students access to that video. Okay, all these effects you can make when you are creating a class. Okay, when you're adding a new class, you can give that particular class access to a video that you have uploaded onto the video library. Okay, so when you're setting up a new class, you will find this very easy to allocate. All right, so right under the video library we have the attendance option. Okay, the attendance option is very, very important because you can set up the attendance option in a way that if a student doesn't attend a certain amount of classes, they do not get certified after the class or after the course period. Okay, all those changes can be made here. You can also upload the certificate that each student gets when they are done with a particular course, a particular session. Okay, you can come here and you can tick the attendance of the students manually, or you can click on the attendance that has bulk in brackets to upload a bulk attendance of the list of students that attended a particular class. Okay, so I'm going to click on the attendance option right there, and let's see what it looks like. It's loading up, it's loading up. Okay, so you can see right here we have the attendance section. Okay, so this is where you get to tick the attendance of your students. Let's say you just concluded a class and you want to tick the attendance of every student that attended that class, so that you can know which students are coming for their classes and which ones are missing their classes. This detail will be important when you are looking to certify your students. Okay, so you can choose to find students here by entering their first name or last name or their email address. Okay, when you enroll your students and you want to take the attendance of particular students, all you need to do is to enter his or her first name, or you can enter his or her last name or email address. Okay, when you enter his or her first name, you can now choose the section that he or she attended right here, or the course, let's say digital marketing, and you can choose the class within that course that the student attended. When you choose the class, then you click on submit, and the attendance will be ticked for that particular person. All right, so if you wish to import the attendance list in bulk, you can do that by clicking on attendance that has a bulk in brackets. Okay, so you can, when you click on that, it brings you to this page where you can now select the course that the students attended. I'm going to choose test 123, and then you can choose the class, and then you can save it. After you saved it, you can now upload the you can now upload the list of the a bulk, or you can, when you choose this class, this particular course and the class, you can now tick, you will see the list of students that are enrolled for this particular course and class, and then you can tick the ones that came for the class, and then you can click on save, and then those list of students will be the attendance will be ticked for them, which is much more easier than having to search for the student's name and other details. Okay, so right within the attendance option, we have the import attendance option where you can import the attendance list. Okay, so the first one, like I say, the first one that has bulk in brackets has to do with you ticking the student's name and then clicking on save. But the import option has to do with you importing the list of students that attended a particular class. All right, so right under that option, we have the certificates list. All right, so this gives you a list of students or the list of requirements for you to that it will take for a particular student to get certified. I'm going to click on that option and show you what it looks like. So when you click on the certificate list, it brings you to this page. Okay, it's advisable that you read this particular information right here because it will help you, and then you will know exactly how to make use of this particular option. Okay, so right under the attendance option, we have the homework. All right, so right here you can choose to add a new homework, or you can choose to view all your existing homeworks. Okay, when you add a new homework, you'll be asked to assign that particular homework you just added to a particular class. Okay, so when you're doing this, you will know exactly everything is just self-explanatory. Okay, I'm going to open it on a new tab anyways, so that I can show you exactly how that works. Okay, when you click on the view all option, it brings you to a page where you can view all your given assignments. Okay, so as you can see, I have not created any assignments yet. I can choose to click on this button right here to create one right now. All right, so let's see, the page is still loading up. Let's give it some time to load up. Okay, so let's go ahead. Right under the homework session, there is it. Right under the homework session, we have the revision notes. Okay, you can choose to add revision notes for your students, something that can help explain a particular course to them, a particular class to them properly or more. Okay, you can choose to probably a course summary or a class summary. You can choose to add a revision note right here, something that you just think your students should know in addition to the regular class they've completed, or that they are taking part in. You can choose to add that here, or you can choose to view your archive of revision notes by clicking on this option right here. Okay, so right under the revision notes option, we have the downloads option. Okay, you can choose to create a download that you expect your students to download onto their particular system or their mobile devices. Okay, this can be in form of a file, mustn't necessarily be a video. It can be a file, more like a document that you want your students to have for themselves. Okay, you can choose to create a new one, or you can choose to view all your downloadable files that you have on this platform. Okay, right under the downloads option, we have the discussions. All right, the discussions is like a social platform where your students can either send a message to the instructor, or they can chat on the students forum. Okay, so on this particular students forum option, a student can choose to start a particular topic, and then other students can drop their idea of that particular topic that the original student started. Okay, let's say I'm a student on this platform, and I learned about digital marketing. I can choose to come into this particular section. I'm going to click it, and I can choose to start a topic by asking what exactly is digital marketing. Okay, and then other students can come in and start dropping their ideas, and it will be like a forum. And you, as the instructor or as the course creator, can go in and see exactly how the students are interacting with that particular question or with that particular topic on the students forum. As you can see, I have two topics right here that my students created. I can choose to add a new topic. I can choose to delete this topic or view the details of this topic. Okay, so the discussion session is a very, very important session. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. This is the add homework session. Whenever you click on the homework tab, and then you click on the add homework, it brings you to this particular page where you can add a homework. Okay, where you can set up a homework for your students. All right, so all you need to do is to select a title for your homework, and then you can choose the section or the course you want this homework to be attached to. Okay, so that only students of that particular course can be allotted of this homework. You can schedule the type of homework this is. You can choose the opening date and the due date for this particular homework. Okay, you can choose to uh, select a student response type. If the students are going to upload a file, you can select that. You can select file upload. If the response of your students to this assignment is going to be by test, you can choose the test option. If it's going to be by test and file upload, you can choose that option right here. And then you can give the homework instructions right here and then the pass mark. Okay, then you can toggle any of these particular options on, and then you can click on the save changes, and all the students enrolled for that particular course or session will be allotted of this homework immediately. Okay, so that's about that. Let's go ahead. Okay, right under the discussion section, we have the tests. Okay, just similar to the assignments, we have the test. The test is more like an assignment, but something that is more organized than an assignment, something that the students have to complete immediately. Okay, and then you can add a new test or you can view all your tests. So you can create a new test and attach it to a particular course or section, and then when the students are done with it, when the time for the test to elapse has reached, the test will elapse, and then the students will be scored automatically. Okay, or you can view all your tests by clicking on the all tests option. Okay, right under the test option we have the surveys. Okay, the survey is very important in the sense that it can help you to know exactly what your students think about a particular course. Okay, you can choose to create a new survey with respect to a particular course or session, so that students of that particular course can give you feedbacks on what they think about that course. Okay, and you can choose to view all your surveys by clicking on the all survey option. All right, so under that section we have the certificates option. Okay, the certificates option is where you can upload or create a new certificate, so that when a student or a trainee is done with his or her training or class or option or section, he or she gets certified automatically by the software. Okay, he or she receives a certificate to his or her email address, and then they can print it out. All right, so this is where you get to create the certificates. You can choose to design it. I'm going to click on the create certificates option and let's see what it looks like. Okay, all right, so this is where you get to give your certificate a name. You can choose the particular session or course you want this particular certificate to be attached to. You can describe the certificate in few words right here. You can choose to enable it or disable the certificate. You can choose to make it in a portrait view or in a landscape view. You can choose to give the maximum downloads of this particular certificate. You can make it unlimited, or you can, if you want it to be limited, you just need to add 0. But if you want a student to download the certificate only 3 times, you can choose to add 3. And then you can now upload the certificate image right here by clicking on the browse to upload it from your local memory onto the software, and then you can click on save to activate this particular certificate. Okay, so right under the certificates option we have the reports. This is where you get to see a breakdown of details of how your platform is going. I'm going to click on the reports option. Okay, you can see that this gives you a rundown of the sections or the courses you have. You can see the enrolled students, and you can choose to make any changes to any of these. All right, you can view the classes, the report. Sorry, right under the report section we have the blog. Okay, this is where you can manage your blog post. You can create a new blog post and you can manage your categories. Okay, right on the website I showed you earlier, you can see that we have the blogs option. Okay, I'm going to open the website, the front page on a new tab, and let's see. So we have a particular blog attached to your website, and you can choose to add your blog post. And funny enough, you can also make money through the blog post, okay, by adding affiliate links and whatnot, and selling your courses through your blog post as well. Okay, you can choose to manage your post, or you can choose to, excuse me, manage your categories. Okay, So right under the blogs option, we have the file manager. All right, so the file manager is where you get to find all your uploaded files. If you uploaded a video onto your software, if you uploaded a PDF file or whatever, you can find that under the file manager option. Okay, so I'm going to open this on the new tab and let's see what the file manager looks like. Okay, under the file manager option, we have the article. This is where you can add an article or you can view all the articles you have present on your particular on this particular uh, uh, software. Okay, so right here we have the settings option. All right, so the settings option allows you to make changes to the website or to the software. Okay, the first option there is the site settings. On this particular option, you can choose to make changes to the the uh, the the menus of your website. The website is still loading up. You can choose to make changes to the menu of your website. You can choose to make changes to the sidebar or to whatever. You can make all those changes by clicking on the site settings right here. Okay, it's a lot of details you can change. This is the front view of my website, and you can see the block option right here. Okay, so you can choose to change any of these options. You can choose to change the design and the location of all these buttons right under the site settings option. Okay, so this is where you can do all those changes. We have the custom student field. Okay, so when a student is enrolling into a particular course, there are options and there are fields that he or she has to fill. You can make changes to those particular custom fields by clicking on this custom student field. You can change the language of your website. You can change the site theme. If you don't like exactly how the site looks, you can make changes to this and select a new theme by clicking on the site theme option. You can choose to change your payment gateway by clicking on this option right here. You can choose to add a new payment gateway. You can choose to remove the existing ones if you want to. All right, so right under that, we have the coupons. You can choose to add a coupon code. You can choose to delete a coupon code. That is up to you. You can do that through the coupons option right here. You can choose to change your currency if you want to receive money or payments in dollar, pounds, and euros, and the rest of that. You can make changes and add those details under the currency option. You can set up your SMS sending gateway by clicking on the SMS setup option right here. You can assign roles to your staff members. Let's say you run an online academy and you have different staff members that are working under you. You can assign roles to all your instructors through this option. You can choose to create a new role. You can choose to delete an existing role. Okay, you can sign up an instructor or an administrator by clicking on this particular option right here. You can select or